have a product that we want to bring in country, that we have been bringing in country. My name is Jason, this is Amy, and this is Adam, and we're DayOne Response. We're a social enterprise out of San Francisco, California, working in bringing innovative products from the business sector into developing countries. So I come in with an international development and social entrepreneurship degree. Amy is business, Adam is product engineering and manufacturing. And what we have here today is pretty cool water innovative, or water technology, clean drinking water technology, that turns water like this into this, which obviously there's a lot of different things doing similar things, but what we do is we pair our product with the Procter & Gamble Purifier water packing. And P&G created that about 10 to 15 years ago. It includes both a chemical chlorine to kill bacteria and viruses, but it also includes a chemical flocculant. And what that means is that things like Giardia, things that have an outer shell that can't be broken down from your typical chlorine treatment, that's really dangerous in a lot of developing countries, as well as things like sediment and dirt, things that make your water dirty. The flocculant binds all that together, making it so dense that it pushes it to the bottom of the water. And so that's why you see here, after just a couple of minutes, well, it's already been done obviously, but the sediment has gone to the bottom of the water. And so by design, the outlet of the bag sits above where all that sediment sits. So when the water comes through the tube and through the secondary filter, it's already so crystal clear that it's really lightening the load on the filter. But the filter is still there to catch anything that might be left over, given that we're working in the international context where we really have no idea what the quality of water will be. So we wanted to create as robust an effort as possible to make sure we're catching everything. And so this design has been tested with all kinds of water. It can treat any kind of non-salt water. It does not desalinate, but it's been tested with water as dirty as sewage water, and it still meets US EPA drinking water standards, World Health Organization drinking water standards. And so the bag, beyond just the chemical treatment and the filtration, it's a see-through water bag, see-through backpack, which means that it really helps with user uptake and consumer adoption, because people can see the water going from dirty to clear, so they trust it a little bit more. They understand that the water there is really not trustworthy, effective or potable. And so it comes with convenient backpack straps, and you can easily walk it around. Oftentimes in a lot of these developing countries, the water source is really far from where people are drinking it, consuming it, and using jerry cans or lugging it around with barrels is really difficult. So this is really an all-in-one solution for collection of water, treatment of water, storage of water, transportation of water, consumption of water, distribution of water. To give a little bit more about the background of the bag, the company really got started piloting and creating the prototype back in 2010 with a grant from the Navy. It was tested with the U.S. military as well as the TIDES military, and ranked really highly for household-level water technologies. And something that Colonel Cayley mentioned earlier was that the military is consistently looking for easy-to-use, low-tech technologies, things that don't require energy, electricity, and that's exactly what this is. Anybody can do it. This version doesn't have it, but our most recent versions have pictographic instructions, meaning there are no language barriers, which is often an issue in working in country. Really simple 6-step thing. It takes only 5 minutes of really doing anything, 30 minutes to make sure everything takes effect, and that's really for any kind of chlorine treatment. To kill the things that you can't see, you need to wait 30 minutes. But within the first couple of minutes, you'll see the flocculant take work and push everything down to the bottom. We've been deployed in over 20 countries. Our largest deployment thus far was in response to the earthquakes in Nepal. We had over 3,500 units deployed there with our NGO partners and local organizations on the ground. We're consistently working on building our international network and also our domestic network here, whether that means with government agencies or just the individual consumer market, working with survivalists, preppers, and just the overall preparedness space. If I'm missing anything, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. So I was doing research there to understand what the application might be with refugee populations, as opposed to just your standard emergency response in response to a hurricane, earthquake, thing like that. And so I was in northern Uganda working with local organizations as well as the government officials in areas such as Arua and Adjumani, which are two communities in northern Uganda that have hosted South Sudanese refugees. And so what I learned there was that there really is an application. We ran a pilot with the Baylor AIDS, Pediatric AIDS Initiative out of Uganda. They recently gave us a report that we could potentially share that shows that there was really positive feedback. They hope to receive more. But it is really dependent on the type of community. So in Arua, it's a very infrastructurally sound population that has been well integrated into the communities. They have larger water systems. They might not be in need for emergency transitional technology, but in an area like Adjumani, which might be similar to what most of us foresee as a humanitarian context with camps and villages such as those, there's very much a need for that immediate response with a bag like this, where there are new people every day that it's not feasible yet to bring in that larger, full-scale water issue. So this might not be the full, long-term solution, but it's very much in the immediate aftermath of a disaster will get you to that point where larger organizations can come in. DayOne Response, our goal, our mission is to be there on day one and really provide that water immediately.
Are there other products that you guys are currently bringing in country, or that you want to bring in country, specifically toilets?
Yeah, and so that was really the main thing that I heard when I was in Uganda, when I was meeting with different people. We'll fully admit there's plenty of water technologies out there, but sanitation is a huge issue, and people are constantly looking for the newest and best toilet or whatever the sanitation solution might be. And that's really a thing that we've been discussing. Is there a way that we could partner the two or create a partnership around? It's not just the water sector, it's water and sanitation and health sector, the whole wash sector. So we don't do anything there currently, but that's something that we hope to be in, whether it means we're doing it or in partnership with others.
You want to say something about how many people it can serve, or like how many packets?
Sure. So I mentioned that we use the Procter & Gamble purified water packet, and so it was originally designed with that in mind. Each packet treats 10 liters, which is about 2.5 gallons at a time. And so by design, the bag,
10 liters.
Yeah, the bag holds and treats 10 liters at a time. So we are the exclusive North American distributor of that P&G packet, which I think is a testament to P&G's belief and trust in the product. The package comes with 60 packets, meaning that we can treat 600 liters, about 150 gallons, before you'd have to think about either replacing or finding a resupply of the packets. And then depending on water quality, depending on the resupply, and how often you might back flush the filter, it can go considerably longer, but we can at the very least comfortably say it will go to 600 liters. We're currently running tests to see just how much further it can go beyond that.
That's enough for a family of 4 for about 2 months following a disaster, or in military use cases for a convoy for to use for that long. So we've seen that that's about the time it takes to get systems back online. If they need to use it longer, then we resupply with the packet.
So let me give you a problem and how would that solve the problem. A couple months ago in Mauritania, Mozambique, UNHCR came to us, was looking for, they've got refugees there that have been there between 20 and 28 years. But there's still horrible water in that camp, about 50,000 people. They need a water solution. We had different ideas. How would yours solve that, or be a solution there, or is it a solution in that kind of context, or is it truly DayOne Response, disaster relief? Is there a humanitarian aid?
It's a great question. It's a question that we consistently hear, and one that we're consistently trying to respond effectively to. And so we understand that the immediate value of the bag is clearly seen in that immediate aftermath, in the emergency response. We just opened an office in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, with a colleague from, I think most of his career has been with the American Red Cross. He's from Africa, he's from the rural area in northern Ethiopia, and he sees the application anywhere across Africa in that humanitarian response. But that is still something we're trying to understand, well, how can we make it longer term than just that 2 months? So it very much will treat the water very effectively. You have that, at least that 2-month thing, but we're consistently trying to figure out, well, how can we make this bag go for a year or 2 years or whatever it might be? So yes, there is definitely an application, but as it stands, it's not a fully long-term solution.
We're currently in R&D on a new filter we'll be introducing, which will extend the lifetime of the system and remove any need for any backwashing. It also passes the military freeze-thaw testing, which is something that they're very interested in.
I think part of it is just targeting to whether or not is this something that you need to get there tomorrow and with a kind of a low price point and just solve the immediate problem, or are you looking for something that's longer term, you could wait longer to set the system up, or have a more robust system, but it's going to cost more and it's going to take longer to implement. So.
And it's also really lightweight. It packs down really small, and it's only 2 inches high. Or in the humanitarian context, we lie them flat in larger boxes.
How many ounces is it?